Of many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind. Of many parts, one whole. In her name, her design.
They say the general cannot die. Perhaps that will be the Absolute's gift to us all.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword. Of course. Wouldn't dare. I'm sure she's got a plan. And only she knows what part twits like them have to play in it.
We are each of us threads in her design. Even those we once called us.
It's Roa you want. We only talk when you've misbehaved.
Ever at your service. An honor, true soul.
One soul.
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
Don't mind Mig and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
For a moment, you do hear it. Flesh sliding on stone, like a living being extending through the walls.
Pig! In walls above! Maybe. Whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But Mig banned. Not allowed to pet nose. You find meat? You share. These are the stalking grounds of Steel Claw, furless one. Tread lightly. Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now. Focus. Dedication. Utmost vigilance. I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more. But this one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards! You simply do not understand the hunt. True joy is the feel of screaming flesh beneath your fangs. Now I must return to my prey. It has been too long since it felt the bite of fear.
She sees everything we are. Do you understand? There is no hiding from her.
Tremors, like a child at her first theatre.
I never learned the words.
It was an honor to walk the shadows at your side. A little more inviting here, though, eh?
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Realm?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient. Your confidence is delicious. I can see why the Absolute might be hungry to dig deeper into that mind of yours. I certainly am.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith. There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should, to be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought. But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know. And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry. Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters. The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more.
Her words are diplomatic, but her face betrays her true feelings. Utter contempt for you and all your kind.
Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor. I believe you will find your rightful place in her design. Either you will ascend, or you will fall. And I find use for even the fallen. I hope that is some comfort to you.
Hey, true soul. What's the word? Armies gathered outside. The general giving us marching orders. I have got faith, true soul. Of course I do. I just got sores from all the sitting around, too.
A long way to go still.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
We must press forward. First, let's deal with Ketheric. Then, I will find a way to prove my faith to the Undying Queen. Vlaakith is no tyrant. A tyrant cracks her whip and eradicates the weak for her own advance. Queen Vlaakith does so to prevent Geich insurgents. The Githyanki are the bulwark preventing Illithid advance across the 16 plains. One crack, and the bulwark collapses. The Undying Queen is ruthless because she has to be. Thanks to her, we endure. All of us.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Never wanted the easy path.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Ketheric, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. Traitor he may be, but even I wouldn't doubt Voss's greatest triumph. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself, and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki. Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith the First would preside as queen of the Githyanki. Ephelaman remains the queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves.
sounds like the source of Ketheric's immortality.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Netherese magic. So where did that magic come from?
Carved into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so tainted. The sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements... Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern. And with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistress' eyes may be upon me. She'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Forget what Mistra wants. Think about yourself and what Lady Shah's power could do for you, Gale. Make the lantern. Spread her will.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
The circle's power remains, to be used or destroyed.
So, which way to the nearest library?
The circle's power remains, to be used or...
Still breathing, despite everything. If Mistra were here, I don't think she'd be best pleased with me for doing that. She was always rather fond of pixies. Still, I'm sensing no signs of any divine retribution incoming. Not quite sure what to make of that. Certainly seems that way, doesn't it? And I suspect that suits her rather well for the time being. So long as I have her mission ahead of me, I suspect she'll not want to distract me with any undue moralizing. It may not be the most savory kind of magic, but it will taste sweet enough if it brings us to the heart of the Absolute in one piece. That's good to know. Although I should say, I do what I do out of a sense of utility and pragmatism, not a love of the unsavory. Whatever advantage I can gain for us, I will. And I refuse to feel guilty for it, no matter how much Mistress chidings might echo in my skull. Now come, best keep moving. We have many more shadows to face before we reach the heart of the Absolute.
A goblet filled with the mutilated corpses of illithid parasites. Whatever ungodly experiments were performed on them likely killed them.
Gods are watching me. Direct me. Step by step.
The corpse has nothing to say.
Time to rest. Light on my feet.
Indolence breeds madness. Without delay.
Curious.
Melodia Thorm, loving mother, beloved wife. Her light will never be forgotten.
One true way.
Even stripped of flesh, the warhound is formidable. Spectral eyes meet yours as it growls a challenge. This is not a creature easily cowed, but something in your display gives it pause. The growl withers to a whimper, and the hound turns away, sheepish.
Who is this apostle? The Absolute, or something even more insidious? Useless love when wasted on a husk like Ketheric Thorm.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Speak your mind. I'm listening. Blacketh's will be done.
Looking ahead. At least things have stayed interesting. At least.
Action, not reaction.
Never a dull moment. Breathe deep and move. Yes? Onward.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Everything. All of us. Says a toughest in The truck. Raglan. Waterfall. Bridge. Priestess gut. Power. Boss Raglan.
The spell's power wanes.
Can't give up now. If not over, then through.
You ought to be grateful. To the prisoners, I mean. Any one of them could be elevated to chief. Then I'd praying for mercy from other gods, won't I? If you think I'm walking all the way to Baldur's Gate without a litter, you don't know me at all. Oh, of course. That's our prisoners' pall-bearers. You know names, You're mistaken, surely. I am not. But we've seen what?
Till we're served up to the necromancer. Damn straight. Without me, everything will be for naught. The Iron Hand gnomes must succeed.
You spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Whatever your business, a warning. None may speak to the prisoners. Disciple Balthazar was most clear. Disciple Balthazar has plans for them. And were I you, I would not get in the way.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners.
is off limits. Perhaps the guard can be convinced otherwise. Your words are enough to resolve the matter. Still, you need to leave. Best not try that again, lest your actions speak.
What to do?
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your association with disciple Balthazar inspires respect and a touch of...
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly? Were I to get such help, I'd be appreciative. But why would a true soul be offering? I've been in worse spots, and I ain't dead yet. Move along, true soul. That is the plan, Nicholas. There's something evil here. Unless this evil can get us out of here, I don't want to hear about it.
You ought to be kinder. To the prisoners, I mean. You were adored, Minthara. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an unexpected weakness. A longing for acceptance and affection from a mortal.
You have no right!
We have every right.
You are nothing.
Minthara's mind connects with yours. Not strong as you remember it, but fractured, disintegrating.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again. We are erasing her. No, this is our duty.
Peace, sister. Let us observe the true soul's methods. Perhaps we can learn from them. Her mind is yours. Break it.
Immediately, your mind is swept into a greater vortex, a psionic storm with Minthara at its center.
Cannot hide, submit, embrace.
Her torturers are not dominating her. They are destroying her mental defenses and exposing her to something else. The absolute. Navigating the storm, you reach the nexus of her mind. It is a wound, bleeding raw emotion and shattered memories. But she senses your arrival.
You came. I prayed that you would, but there are no gods left to me. This thing that speaks inside me, it has all but destroyed me. But it fears you. Even so, I cannot resist it while my tormentors live. I didn't dare hope. I owe you more than my life. I would prefer to make these bastards bleed. But I trust that you speak from caution rather than cowardice. I will put my faith in you and pretend to be their slave.
Her mind fills with warmth, and she gently releases you.
Is it done? I did not feel her mind break.
No. My sister only meant to compliment your delicate work.
Indeed. Seems I have a bit to learn yet. We ought to return to our posts, sister. There'll be plenty more prisoners to practice on.
An ill thing to let an enemy show their back and live. Prudent. Let us go, then. I will be your mute and faithful slave. For now.
Still alive. Excellent progress.
Minthara is supposed to be in a cell. You have some explaining to do. guard is happy to let you pass. Minthara is rather less happy about your choice of words.
I would have preferred to bleed them.
Where do you live?
The dreams.
No one's stopped me yet. All right, what now? I've got a long road ahead. Best be on my way.
Brothers, sister, pray for me while we she gives them to me. You hear her?
Many hearts, many thoughts, one mind. She belongs to me. That's the point.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
Gods, what is it? What now?
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. With a soft, sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
Careful. In future, you can't just stick your hand in every strange hole you come across.
You hear her?
Many hearts, one soul. Of many thoughts, one mind.
Shh! You loud, clumsy being. Tell me.
indolence breeds madness.
Have a lot on my mind. Well, in it. Don't waste a step.
Halt!
Deal with them, or I will.
We heard she'd been escorted from her cell. Not that she could leave the tower.
The General ordered that she be repurposed, not freed. Excellent. Hers was a difficult mind to erase, no doubt. She was fierce and erratic.
I live to serve.
As loyal as a golem. Use her well. Halt!
Deal with...
We heard...
The General ordered that she be repurposed, not freed. Excellent.
I live... I last left Moonrise as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose. Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful.
The artifact connects with her, pulling your minds together and showing her all that you have seen. The prism, your dream visitor, the protection that keeps you from obeying the Absolute and becoming a Lithid. She knows it all in a moment. Her mind reels, but is no longer clouded. She accepts the truth. She has no choice.
There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby? Goodbye for now. I will see you soon. It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. Thank you for allowing me to come here, and for bringing me back to myself. Each memory that returns to me is more disturbing than the last. The things that I did in the name of the Absolute. The things that were done to me. They broke my mind. Precisely. While our tadpoles live, and the cult have the means to control them, we will never be safe. We must eradicate them, starting with General Thorm. I mean Ketheric. My deference to him is a habit that will die hard, I fear. All that live can die. I can help you plot Ketheric's demise, but I need something from you first. Swear that you will keep me close. Until the Absolute is dead, at least. Thank you. I knew you were different to other true souls when we lay together. Now I know it was the prism that silenced the Absolute in those moments, not you. But it was not the prism that held me and touched my mind and body. That was you. For now, we will travel together and fight together. In time, perhaps we will lie together again. Kind words do not always come easily to me.
Her entire being joins with you for a moment, and you see all that she is. Dangerous, cunning, wounded, brutal, paranoid, and utterly loyal to those she trusts. And you have earned that trust, along with a small measure of her affection. It is a rare thing, well hidden in the cold fortress of her mind, and it is precious.
Together, we can have our vengeance on those who infected us. Rest well, and keep your wits about you. Tomorrow, we go to war with the cult of the Absolute. General Thorm would have the world believe that his invulnerability is a gift from the Absolute. That is a lie, intended to impress those who flock to the cult's cause, and to strike fear in the minds of those who stand against the Absolute. I believe Thorm draws his power not from a divine source, but an arcane one. I suspect it is the very relic that Balthazar has been sent to retrieve. We must find the necromancer and claim what he seeks, or destroy it. Now, rest. We will need our strength for what lies ahead. I would gladly join you in the fight. Leave one of your other allies here, and I shall.
It doesn't seem long ago that Minthara would have sought to kill us, and now we've welcomed her along. We're nothing if not magnanimous. no time to waste.
Worth a rummage?
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
May the darkness protect you.
If you're sure. Fine.
Another step forward.
The drow is unpredictable, uncompromising. I respect her almost as much as I distrust her.
Minthara's something of a closed book, but I suspect a heart of gold lurks beneath that stern countenance. Once she gets to know me, I'm sure she'll open up. She's just waiting for someone ready to listen. Alas, no. The charm Elminster granted me requires my death as the spark that will light the orb's fuse. Making myself invulnerable, immortal, or in any other fashion unkillable would render it useless. And gods only know what it might do to the orb itself. Still, I see no harm in learning what we can about this night song. And if we manage to find it, the harm will be all Ketheric's. So, well worth indulging our curiosity.
You wish to consult me? Good. I do not like to... Reporting.
stop me yet.